हाँ हाँ, अग्रिम।
यस सर, यस सर।
अरे कम से कम क्लास तो अटेंटिवली अटेंड करो।
बुक्स ही
हैं?
लेके आ गया था सर, मैं बुक्स लेके ही आ रहा था।
अच्छा, मैंने कहा तुम लेट के क्लास अटेंड कर रहे हो।
नहीं नहीं सर, वो चार्जिंग पे लगा रहा था लैपटॉप, आपने शायद देखा।
अच्छा, अच्छा। So, good afternoon, students. Welcome in next lecture of Math F212 optimization. So, last time we were doing BIGAM method. BIGAM method is the one method where we use the artificial variable, and artificial variable we use to to decide which variable can be initial basic variable or which variable can be the initial slack variable. So in continuous of that, this is the one special question. So how M method will indicate that following problem has no feasible solution? Audio video is okay.
Yes, sir.
So now this is the special case. Here you will find that the solution is no feasible. Maximize z is equal to 2x1 plus 5x2 subject to 3x1 plus 2x2 greater than equal to 6, 2x1 plus x2 less than equal to 2, x1 comma x2 greater than equal to 0. So since this is the two variable problem, we can check its status by the graphical solution also. So let we are making here the first quadrant, right? On the x-axis we have the x1, on the y-axis we have the x2. So if you draw the first line 3x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 6. So when we put x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 3, x2 is equal to 3, and when we put x2 is equal to 0, x1 is equal to 2. So this is the line of 3x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 6. When we put x1 comma x2 as a 0 0 as a reference point, so 0 greater than equal to 6, that is not true. So on this side you have to take area. Then 2x1 plus x2 less than equal to 2 if you do. So when we put x1 is equal to 0, x2 will be the 2, x2 will be 2, and when we put x2 as a 0, x2 as a 0, so x1 will be 1. So this is the line of 2x1 plus x2 less than equal to 2. When we put x1 comma x2 is equal to 0, so 0 less than equal to 2, it's true. So here we have. So you can see there is no feasible region, no feasible region which satisfy the current constraints. So no feasible solution means no feasible region means no feasible solution. Right? Many students write no solution, no solution. So no solution is the wrong word. Always you have to write no feasible solution. Right? No solution is not a word, because for this we require the no feasible solution. So for this question, from the graphical solution we can notice that current problem has no feasible solution. Now if you do the same question by the analytical method or algebraic method, so for that we have to subtract the surplus variable, and here we have to subtract the or add the slack variable. Now since first constant is of greater than type, so for initial basic feasible solution you have to add the artificial variable also, and corresponding question is of maximization. So corresponding from the maximization you have to subtract the big penalty, so here you can subtract here. So the first table will be the right. So z or basic variable x1, x2, s1, r1, s2, and we take the solution. And here we write the z. So this will come -2, -5, 0, plus m, 0, and 0. And here we have basic variable will be r1 and s2, r1 and s2. So here the entries are 3 2, entries are 3 2, 2 1, and here we have the -1 0, here we have the 1 0, and 0 1, and on the right hand side we have the 6 comma 2. So you can see this will form the initial basic feasible solution. Till now, any doubt? Till now, anything you want to ask? Then we have to make this table consistent. So for the consistent, this must be 0. For that, we have to do the z row plus m into r1 row, So it will become -2 plus 3m, no, z row minus. So it will become the -2 minus 3m, -5 minus 2m, and this will become the m, and this will 0, this will be 0, and it will be the -6m. Yes, -6m, -6m. Clear? So here we have the same thing we have done. So first we have added the we have subtracted the surplus variable and added the artificial variable. Here we have added the slack variable. So this is your zeroth table, zeroth iteration, and here first we make it 0. So after making this 0, now this is the first iteration, or you can say zeroth iteration with consistency. So question is of maximization. Most negative will be the entering variable. So most negative will enter. Then we take the ratio 6/3, 2/3. So 6/3 is 2, 2/2 is 1. So this is your pivot element. So when this is your pivot element, you have to make it 1, you have to make it 0, you have to make it 0. So here we have made 1 0 0. So we have the corresponding changes. Then again we check most negative. So this is the most negative. So this will enter. Then we take the ratio 3/1/2, 1/1/2. So this is your minimum ratio. So this is the pivot element. So for the pivot element, you have to make 1. So multiply by the 2. Then you have to make it 0. Then you have to make it 0 by the proper Gauss-Jordan row operation. So here we have this. So now which z coefficient for the non-basic variable are or is negative, most negative? So this is positive, no. This is positive, no. This is positive, no. Right? It means you can say this is the optimal table. You can say this table is the optimal table. So in the optimal table, you can notice that R1 is coming at the positive level. R1 artificial variable is coming at positive level. So this implies that current solution has no feasible solution. So this problem has no feasible solution because whatever the no feasible solution. So whatever the artificial variable that is at positive level, artificial variable is at the positive level in the optimal table, then we say the current problem has no feasible solution. Am I clear?
Sir, can you please repeat in which equation we are supposed to add the artificial variable R1 and how do we decide that this is the equation?
If we have any constraint with less than inequality b1, then b2, then b3. So to remove the this inequality, we have to add the slack variable. We have to add the slack variable. We have to add the slack variable. So when we add the s1, s2, s3 as a slack variable, s1, s2, s3 greater than equal to 0, at that time, when we have the variable s1, s2, s3, so their entries will be the 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So they will form the identity matrix. So the basic variable, will be the s1, s2, s3, s1, s2, s3. That is the thing. Now, by chance, if the constraint is of greater than type, greater than type, greater than type, and is equal to type, is equal to type, or you can say this is the is equal to type and this is your less than type. So for the less than, we have to add the select variable. For the greater than type, we have to subtract the surplus variable. So when we make the table s1 and s3, so here the entries will be -1, 0, 0, and here the entry will be the 0, 0, 1. So here, and because there are the three constraints, so here we must have the three variables. So which variable can be the initial basic feasible solution? For that, in case of greater than inequality, we add the one artificial variable. In case of is equal to constraint, we add the another artificial variable. So here we have the artificial variable r1 and r2. Their constraint will be the 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So now they will form the identity matrix. So here we have the basic variable r1, r2, and s3, s3.
Clear, sir. Thank you very much.
To and to compensate this addition of the artificial variable, we assign the penalties. We assign the penalty here at these two places, and that penalty we denote by the m. Right? In case of the maximization, we subtract the penalty. In case of the minimization, we add the penalty. Any other doubt?
Understood. Understood, sir.
Now, the Z row showed that the solution is optimal. All non-basic coefficients in the Z row are greater than or equal to 0. However, the solution is infeasible because the artificial variable R1 assume a positive value. Having the positive value for the artificial variable R1 is the same as regarding the constraint 3x1 plus 2x2 greater than or equal to 6 and 3x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 6, which violate the constraint of original model.
Sir,
Clear?
R1 being positive is the problem here, right?
R1 should be at 0 level. Then it has a solution. Now please listen carefully. I have said you R1 should be at 0 level. Presently it is at the positive level. Presently it is at the positive level, right? As well as the basic variable. Either for the feasible solution, either R should be non-basic variable, or R should be at zero level. At zero level. If it is the basic variable, then it should be at zero level, right? Otherwise, it should be at non-basic variable to get the feasible solution. If the problem has a feasible solution, then R must be at the zero level. Instead of the 2, it must be the 0. Then we say it is the feasible, it gives the feasible solution, or R must be non-basic variable. R must be the non-basic variable. For example, in this there is no R. R must be non-basic variable. R must be non-basic variable. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you judge? Can you comment when I am saying that M is very, very large? So, what is the large thing here? When I have claiming that M is very, very large, and you have to do the numerical example, you have to make the program in MATLAB, in C, in Python, then what value you will assign to M? According to you, what will be the large M? What can be the large M?
Sir, comparative to 2 and 5, which are the coefficients of x1 and x2 respectively. So m can take, suppose, 10 to the power 2, 3, and so on and so forth.
Means you have to assign for means you have to look the question, then you can assign. Arbitrarily in all question it cannot work. And if M is very large, then there is a chance of the error, there is a chance of the round of error also. So to overcome this, we have the another method known as the two-phase method. So in the M method, use of the penalty M, which by definition must be large relative to the actual objective coefficient of the model, can result in round of error due to the large value of the M. Sometimes we have to do the 1 upon M, right? So you have taken the 10 to power 3, means 1 upon 1000. That is the 0.001. Means now we can have the very small value. So we can have some round of error also. That may impair the accuracy of the simplex calculation. Means that will not suitable for the correct simplex calculation. Then two-phase method, then the two-phase method will overcome all these difficulties, right? Means with the help of the two-phase method, you have not to bother what the value of M we should assign in the problem. So what is the two-phase method? So two-phase method, as name suggests, we solve the problem in phases, phase 1 and phase 2. So phase 1, whether the problem is of minimization or maximization, phase 1 will be the same, right? Will be the same, where we minimize the sum of the artificial variable. In means in the two-phase method, we have the two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. In the phase 1, always we minimize the sum of artificial variable, right? Whether the problem, um, whether nature of problem is maximization or minimization. In the phase 2, we use nature of the problem. Means if problem is of maximization, then solve accordingly. If problem is of minimization, then solve accordingly. So that is the two-phase method. So how to do that? Let us see. First, we are taking the minimize z is equal to 4x1 plus x2 subject to 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3, 4x1 plus 3x2 greater than equal to 6, x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 4. So first we convert it into the standard form. So for the standard form, in the first, what we have to add or subtract, slack or surplus, please tell what we have to add, the slack or surplus.
Surplus.
Pardon?
Surplus. Sir.
No surplus. In the first, it is already in is equal to form. There is no requirement of the slack, neither slack nor surplus we have to add or subtract. Right? In the second, we have to subtract the surplus variable. We have to subtract the surplus variable. In the third, we have to add the slack variable. In the second, we have to subtract the surplus variable. In the third, we have to add the slack variable. And here the S2 and S3 are also greater than equal to 0. Then after, this is the step, means in the exam you have to do separately. Now, when we make the table, basic variable, when we make the table, so here we have the x1, x2, s2, s3 and solution, and here we have 3 4 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 1 3 2 1 3 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 0 and 0 0 1 0 0 1, and on the right hand side we have the 3 6 4 3 6 4. Now to make the initial, to find the initial basic feasible variable, right, means they must form the initial identity matrix. So for that, here we add the one artificial variable, right, r1 1 0 0. Then here we add the another artificial variable r2. So here we have the r2 0 1 0. So here with the artificial variable is r1 r2 and s3, r1 r2 s3. Now what I have said you, we solve the current problem by or with the two phases. Within the two phases, in phase 1 we take minimum the sum of artificial variable. So two artificial variable we have used, r1 and r2. Now we minimize this. So minimize r is equal to r1 plus r2. That is the phase 1 objective. Phase 1 objective is minimize r is equal to r1 plus r2. So here you will write the r instead of the z. Now here you will write the r, and when we take r minus r1 minus r2 is equal to 0, so it will become the 0 0 0 minus 1 0 and 0. Clear this part? Now we have to, since r1 r2 s3 are basic variable, we have to make this as a 0. We have to make this as a 0 by the appropriate Gauss-Jordan row operation. So for that, what we will do, we do the rth row plus r1th row plus r2th row. So it will become plus, so 7, 3 plus 4 7. This will become the 1 plus 3 4. This will become the minus 1, and this will become 0. This will become 0. This will remain 0, and here we have the 9. So this is the first step of the phase 1. In the phase 1, in the two-phase method, we solve the linear programming problem in phases, or linear programming problem with either greater than or equal to constraint or is equal to constraint only. With the help of the two-phase method, we solve the linear program having greater than or equal to constraint or is equal to constraint. First thing is this. In two-phase method, we solve the problem in phases. So for the phase 1, objective function is minimization of sum of artificial variable. Sum of artificial variable. So here we have written the first table of the phase 1. First consistent table of the phase 1. Yes. Any doubt, please? Any query?
Sir, can you please explain this phase 1 objective? What is MinR again, please?
And can you remember this question? Minimize z is equal to 4x1 plus x2 subject to 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3. 4x1 plus 3x2 greater than or
Sir,
equal
I
to
have
0.
written it. I can
You
dictate
can.
it.
Okay. Yes.
So it is
Minimize
minimize z equals to 4x1 plus x2 subject to 3x1 plus x2 equals to 3, 4x1 plus 3x2 less than greater than equal to 6, x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 4, and x1 x2 are positive. Greater
non-negative.
Yeah.
So first we have to make this in the standard form. Minimize z is equal to 4x1 plus x2 subject to 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3, 4x1 plus 3x2 minus s2 is equal to 6, then x1 plus 2x2 plus s3 is equal to 4. First we have to minimize this. So when we know that with the slack variable means x1 cannot be the initial basic variable, x2 cannot be the initial basic variable, s2 cannot be the initial basic variable. Only s3 can be one member of initial basic variable. So to get the initialize the table, we require the 3, because there are the 3 constraints, so we require the 3 initial basic variable. So for that we add the artificial variable in the first constraint. R1 is equal to 3. In the second constraint, 4x1 plus 3x2 minus s2, R2 is equal to 6, and x1 plus 2x2 plus s3 is equal to 4. Now we can see the R1, R2, S3, R1, R2, S3 will or can form the initial, or can form the identity matrix, can act as an initial basic variable, right? Because R1, R2, R3 will give you 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. R1, R2, S3. Clear? Now for the phase 1, what is our objective? Means here we have the x1, x2, s2, s3, r1, r2 greater than or equal to 0. What is our objective in the phase 1 for the feasible solution? For the feasible solution, what is our objective? What is our objective? For the feasible solution, what is our objective? For the R1 and R2. R1 and R2 should be at zero level. Zero level. Should be at zero level. Either by non-basic variable or basic variable at zero level. Both meaning is the same thing. We want R1 and R2 should be at zero level. So either it should be the non-basic variable or it should be the, or if it is the basic variable, then it must be at zero level. So if you take, and R1 and R2 can be either 0 or positive. If you take the R1 and R2 sum, so if I'm minimizing this R, sum of artificial variable, so if it is 0 plus 0, then R will be the 0, you will get the solution, right? If it is at the positive level, then there is a problem. Means we have to minimize this sum. Whether the problem is of maximization or minimization, always you take the objective function minimization of this. So for the phase one, problem will change. Minimize R is equal to R1 plus R2 subject to 3x1 plus x2 plus R1 is equal to 3, 4x1 plus 3x2 minus s2 plus R2 is equal to 6, x1 plus 2x2 plus s3 is equal to 4, and x1, x2, s2, R1, R2, s3 greater than equal to 0. Now this is the problem. This is the linear program in standard form for the phase one. So when we make the table, here we have the variable, basic variable x1, x2, x1, x2, s2, R1, R2, s3, and here we have the solution, and here we write the rth row. So rth row will be the, from here the rth row will be the R minus R1 minus R2 is equal to 0. That is the 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 0, and is equal to 0. Then R1, R2, S3 are the initial basic variable. So entries will be 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, then 0, minus 1, 0. Then here we have the 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and on the right hand side we have the 3, 6, 4. Clear?
Sir, I had a question.
Huh?
So now in phase one, the objective function has become R is equal to R1 plus R2.
Huh?
So
Minimization. With minimization.
yes, so why not we are taking the basic variables to be x1, x2, and s3?
So x1 and x2 is making the identity matrix.
No.
For the basic variable, they must form the identity matrix.
Okay.
Yes, whatever the doubt, whatever the silly doubt you can ask, whatever the doubt, means there must not be any doubt in the simplex method. Whatever the question you can make, you please make. I'm happy to clear this. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Don't say.
Got it.
Got it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So now this table is not consistent table. So when this table is not consistent table, so here we make the consistent by making these two as a 0. So it should be the 0, 0, 0. Then 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and on the right hand side we have the 3, 6, 4. So for making the 0, what we have to do? We have to do the operation row R plus row R1 plus row R2. This we have to do. So it will become 7, it will become 4, it will become -1, and this will become the 9. And here the basic variable is R1, R2, S3. Now what is the objective? What is the objective? 3, 4, 1. Yes, what is the objective? Nature of objective function?
Minimization.
Minimization. So most positive will enter. Most positive will enter 3 upon 3, 1, 6 upon 4, 1.5, 4 upon 1, 1. So this is your pivot element. So when this is the pivot element, we have to make this as a 1, we have to make this 0, this 0, this 0. And x1 will replace the R1. Here we have the R2, here we have the S3. So for making the for making this 1, we have to divide by the 3. So 1 by 3, 0, 1 by 3, 0, 0, and 1. Now we have to make this this 7 as a 0. So for making the 7 0, what we have to do? 7 minus 7 into this. 7 into this. 7 minus 7 into this. So 4 minus 7 by 3. 4 minus 7 by 3 means 21 minus 4. So 17 by 3. 17 by 3. Then we have minus 1. So here we have the -1. Then we have the 0. 0 minus 7 by 3. So minus 7 by 3. Then 0 minus 0, that is the 0. 0 minus 0, that is the 0. 9 minus 9 minus 7 7 in 7. 9 minus 9 minus 7, that is the 2. Clear? Means in this you multiply with the
सर 17 by 3 की जगह 5 by 3
अच्छा नहीं, हाँ वही देख रहा हूँ एक मिनट. 4 minus 7 by 3 है ना. 4 minus 7 by 3 करते हैं 12. Yes, 5 by 3. 5 by 3. And this is this. Now we have to make this 0. So this 0 means 4 minus 4 of row 1. So 4 minus 4 of row 1, that is 0. So 3 minus नहीं नहीं कुछ गड़बड़ कर दिया. ये तो होगा
it would be 5
1
by
by
3
3.
instead of 17 by 3.
हाँ ये होगा 5. So 1 by 3. So here 3 minus 4 by 3 means 5 by 3. 3 minus 4, 9 minus 4, correct? Then minus 1 into 4, that is the -1. Then 0 minus 4 by 3. So minus 4 by 3. And 1 minus 0, that is the 1. 0 minus 0, that is the 0. 6 minus 4, that is the 2. Please check the calculation. Right, then 1 minus 1, that is the 0. 2 minus 1 by 3. So it is the 5 by 3. Then we have the 0 minus 0, that is the 0. 0 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3. Then 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 0, 0. 4 minus 1, that is the 3. Right, then most positive element. Yes,
S3's second last element will be 1.
Pardon?
Just to the left of solution it should be 1.
This one, na?
Yes.
This one. Right, so again the x1, r2, s3 will be the 1 1 1. They will form the identity matrix. Right, that is the sign of correct calculation. And here they must be the 0. Z coefficient for the basic variable must be the 0. So again we check whether it is the optimal or not. So problem is of minimization. So here we have the entering variable. So entering variable, then we take the ratio 1 upon 1 by 3, that is the 3, 2 upon 5 by 3, that is the 6 by 3. So I think this is the minimum. So when we have this minimum, so here x1, x2, s3 will be the x1, x2, x3 will be the our basic variable. We have to make this 1, we have to make this 1, we have to make this 0, we have to make this 0, we have to make this 0. So it is 1, so it will be the 0. We have to multiply by the 3 by 5, so minus 3 by 5. We have to multiply with the 3 by 5, so minus 3 by 5. 3 by 5 means minus 4 by 5. We have to multiply with the 3 by 5, so 3 by 5, 0. We have to multiply by the 3 by 5, 6 by 5. So this is your second row, right? Then we have to make it 0, 0 and 0. Since x1 is this, so it will give you this answer. S3 is the basic variable, so this will give you this answer, right? Rest you have to compute. So here you will get the x1, x2, x4 as a, right? Instead of the x4, we have taken the s3, right? And instead of the s3,
Sir, I had one more doubt. Sir, from table 1 to table 2, as we go, we proceed by performing the row operations. But sir, how did the basic variables change from R1, R2, X4 to X1, X2, X4?
now please tell where you are asking.
Uh,
Actually,
sir,
number of the
in
basic
this very
number of basic variable must be whatever the number of is constraints. First thing is this. Now, when I am saying that x1 is the entering variable, x1 is the entering variable, r1 is the leaving variable, then this is the pivot element. So r1 will be replaced by the x1. R1 replaced by the x1. So that's why here we have written the x1, r2, s3.
Understood, sir.
Or you have the doubt why we have chosen the x1 as an entering variable and r1 as a leaving variable? Is that doubt?
No, sir, that though is that the most negative one we choose, no?
Most question is of minimization, right? Here the
Right.
objective function is minimization, the most positive. Most
Correct.
positive will entering and minimum ratio. Minimum ratio is the leaving. 3
Yes,
upon
sir.
3. 3 upon 3. 6 upon 4. 6 upon 4. 4 upon 1. 4 upon 1. So that is the 4, that is the 1.5, that is the 1. So minimum. Clear? So next table is this one. This is the, so now in this you can notice, now this is the basic variable. This is the basic variable. This is your basic variable. And here we have the non-basic variable, non-basic variable, non-basic variable. So it is 0, it is negative, it is negative. This shows that this is optimal. Optimal. So at optimal, r is equal to what? 0. R is equal to 0. Right? R is equal to 0. And what is the R? What is the R? R1 plus R2. When we say that R is equal to 0, when it is possible? When it is possible if the R1, R2 both are the non-negative. When it is possible when both are the non-negative. R is equal to 0.
Both R1 and R2 0.
When both R is equal to 0. That's only we want. That our artificial variable should be at 0 level. right? So this is the optimal table of the phase 1. So 0, 1 by 5, minus 3 by 5, and 1. 0, 1 by 5, minus 3 by 5, and 1. Then we have the minus 1, 3 by 5, minus 4 by 5, 1. Here we have the minus 1, 3 by 5, minus 4 by 5, 1. And here we have the minus 1 and minus 1 by 5, minus 1. Minus 1 by 5, minus 1 by 5, minus 1. And right hand side will be, right hand side is the 0, 3 by 5, 1. 0, 3 by 5, and 1. So this is the end of phase 1. This is the end of phase 1. So in the phase 2, in the phase 2, objective function is what? Minimize z is equal to, minimize z is equal to 4x1 plus x2, 4x1 plus x2. Now subject to with these, whatever the optimal table of the phase 1, that will count subject to x1 plus 1 by 5, 1 by 5 s2, 1 by 5 s2, right? And it is already r1 and r2 already 0 level, need not to write, is equal to 3 by 5, is equal to 3 by 5. Then x2 minus 3 by 5 s2, minus 3 by 5 s2, they are at the 0 level, is equal to 6 by 5. Then s2 plus s3 is equal to 1, is equal to 1. So here you can notice x1, x2, s3 are forming the identity matrix. So table will be basic variable, here we have the x1, x2, s2, and s3, and here we have the solution. Now instead of the r, we write the z. Whatever the above table, repeat the same thing, x1, x2, s3. Whatever the optimal table of the phase 1, you repeat this, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1 by 5, 1 by 5, minus 3 by 5, minus 3 by 5, and 1. Then after, drop the column of r1 and r2. Drop the column of r1 and r2, and s3 will be the 0, 0, 1, and right hand side is 3 by 5, 6 by 5, and 1. 3 by 5 and 6 by 1, and here we have the z. Now z is 4x1 plus x2, means z minus 4x1 minus x2 is equal to 0. So that will be the minus 4, minus 2, 0, 0 is equal to 0. Now x1, x2 is what? Basic variable. So if it is the basic variable, we have to make the table consistent. Consistent means if the x1, x2, s3 are basic variable, so these coefficient must be 0. So to make the 0, what we have to do? Row z plus 4 into row of x1. Then to make this 0, plus 2 row of x2. This we have to do. Then it will become the 0. Then it will be the 4 into 1 by 5. 4 into 1 by 5. minus 6 upon 5, so minus 2 upon 5, minus 2 upon 5, and this is the 0, and it will become 12 upon 5 plus 12 upon 5, that is the 24 upon 5, 24 upon 5, and here the entries will be the 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0, and here we have the 1 upon 5 minus 3 upon 5 1, and here we have the 0 0 1. Now this is the consistent table, 3 by 5 6 by 5 1. This is the consistent table for the Z, for the Z. Now Z is what? Z is what? What is the nature of the Z? What is the nature of the Z? Yes, nature of Z.
Minimize.
Minimization. So for the minimization, we have to check most positive. There is no most positive. So this is the optimal table for phase 2. For phase 2. This is the optimal table of phase 2. So it will give you x1 is equal to 3 by 5, x2 is equal to 6 by 5, and z is equal to 24 by 5. That is your answer by the two-phase method. So from the phase 1, what you have obtained? From the phase 1, what you have to obtain here? From the phase 1, what you have obtained? What variable can be initial basic variable for the phase 2? What variable can be initial basic variable for the phase 2, which you are not able to get in the very first table from the original problem? So that is the utility of phase 1. Phase 1 will give you what can be the initial basic feasible variable for the phase 2. So here we have introduced the minimize z is equal to this, right? And then subject to reduced constraint, subject to reduced constraint, right? Subject to reduced constraint. So here first we have to make this as a consistent. So as you make this as a consistent, right? As you make this consistent, so this will become the I think some mistake in the calculation. Actually it is coming the 18 by 5. We have multiplied with the 4, we have multiplied with the 4, we have multiplied with the 2. So multiply with the 4 with multiply with the 2. So it is the 12 upon 5, 12 upon 5, 24 upon 5 only. I think some mistake here. It should be, I think it is some mistake. So it is the 24 by 5, right? And this is your
Sir,
optimal.
Z is 4x1 plus x2, not 2x2. So it would be 18 by 5. Z is 4x1 plus x2.
Achha, minus 1. This is the minus 1. In our calculation, we have.
In our calculation, we have done
Minus. This is. Clear now? So it is the 18 by 5, and what about this? 4 by 5, 4 by 5 minus 3 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 5, right? It is the positive 1 by 5. So not this is not optimal table then, right? This is not optimal table. Then this will enter. Most positive will enter. This will give you into 4 into 1. So 4 by 5 minus 3 by 5. So 1 by 5. 1 by 5. So this is not an optimal table. So we take the ratio 3 by 5 upon 1 by 5. That is the 3. This ratio is not possible. 1 upon 1, that is the 1. So it is your pivot element. So when it is the pivot element, then it will become the x1, x2, and here it will become the S2. Here it will become the S2, right? So as you make this S2, then you will get this table. Then you will get this table, right? So right. So here we have to make that optimal table. Can you give me the calculation? Anyone, please? What the entries will come? 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, and what the entries will come? Anyone? Means overall, whatever will come, that will be the optimal table. That will be the optimal table of phase 2, and that will give you the answer. Only the main thing is, with the phase 1, we obtain the initial basic variable. We obtain the initial basic variable. That is the main thing of the main objective of the phase 1. Clear? If you still have the doubt, can ask. Right? Means here this is not optimal, so here this will enter in the system. If you have the doubt, please ask. Otherwise, from my side, it's over. I will continue this question with different objective function in next class.
So what is the final answer? Can you just share with us?
Final answer, I think in my slide it is not. Just you have to write this calculation.
All right.
This calculation. Only the main thing, here you have to drop the R1 R2. Here you have to drop the R1 R2. Here you have to drop the R1 R2. That you have to not write in the phase 2. Because role of the R1 R2 is just to initialize the simplex iteration. For that purpose only we add the R1 R2, just to initialize the simplex iteration. And as we get the in a basic variable, then we drop the artificial variable. Clear? Any doubt still?
Sir, what is the optimum answer? 17 by 5?
That I have to check.
Okay.
Whatever the calculation you check, no problem. Whatever it is a simple Gauss-Jordan row operation only.
Okay, sir.